Merhabalar herkese. Hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Kanada'nın en iyi üniversitelerinden University of Ottawa'da Burslu Eğitim hakkında öğrenmeniz gereken tüm detayları Raşa'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı soru cevap bölümünden yönlendirmeyi unutmayın. Yes, Rasha, the stage is yours now.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Zainab. It's such a pleasure to be here this morning. It is the morning for us here in Canada, in the capital of Canada, which is Ottawa. And I'm very happy to be here online with all of you to talk about the University of Ottawa. My name is Rasha, and I'm the manager for international market development for the Middle East and South Asia. And I'm so happy to be able to talk to you about our university, our programs, some of our admission requirements, and our scholarships. So I know there's a lot of questions about scholarships at the University of Ottawa. We are one of the top 1% scholarships in Canada. So I'm pretty sure that you're going to be happy with the information that I will be sharing with you. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the university so that you have an idea about what we are, who we are, and also where we're located. If you are familiar with Canada, the University of Ottawa is in fact located in the capital. So it is located in Ottawa in the province of Ontario. We have an international airport in the city of Ottawa. We're about 5 hours driving from Toronto, a little bit to the north, and we're about 2.5 hours driving from the city of Montreal. So we're a very convenient city. We're also a very exciting city to live in. There are so many festivals. And the University of Ottawa is, in fact, located right in the downtown. And so you have access to everything that you need, whether it's the Byward Market, whether it's in the government, whether it's volunteer opportunities, shopping centers, and a fantastic transportation system. So we have over 48,000 students studying at the University of Ottawa. We have over 41,000 undergraduate students studying their bachelor degrees, and we have 6 faculties. So we also have about 7,000 graduate students, so students studying their master's degree or their PhD programs. We are also very international, so we're very diverse. We represent over 150 countries from around the world. So students just like you coming from different countries coming to study at the university. So right now we're sitting at 22% of our university student population comes from 150 countries. We're also one of the top 1% universities, so we're ranked 187 top university in the world. We are one of the top 10 universities in Canada, and we are a top research university in Canada as well. We have 6 undergraduate faculties and 3 professional faculties. We have state-of-the-art facilities. So you can see in the building in this photo, our university, it is a public university. It is a very old university, but it is also a state-of-the-art. So a lot of our infrastructure is updated for the programs of studies so that our students have the best learning experience and access to the latest technologies available. We also have this past year about $130 million in undergraduate scholarships and bursaries. So if you're interested, if you're a good student and you have great grades, then you might want to have a look at some of our scholarships. So we are Canada's most sustainable city campus. We're also bilingual university. Actually, we're the world's largest English-French university. So students can come to the University of Ottawa and you can study fully in English. Or if you already speak some French and you're interested in speaking, in learning or improving your French and learning part-time your program in French, you can do that through our French immersion program. We also have some programs that are available in French as well. So if you're interested in that. So if you have a look at this photo, you can actually see that this is all the downtown of Ottawa. And it's such a beautiful city. It's one of the most beautiful cities in Canada. On the left, you have Centertown, you have all the government buildings, the business hub of Ottawa, and you also have the Parliament Hill. And if you look to the right, you're going to see the Byward Market, which is a very famous, popular place for tourism. And in the middle there, you're going to see the main campus. So all of this is the University of Ottawa. And so it's very conveniently located and very accessible for all of our students and staff. Okay. So, a lot of times people ask me, why should I choose Ottawa as a destination of study? The city of Ottawa is actually a hotspot for tech and government jobs. We have higher incomes and lower unemployment rate. It is a lower cost of living compared to other major Canadian cities. We are very diverse and very inclusive, and the city of Ottawa, because it is also the capital, is a super friendly city. We are always and consistently ranked among the best Canadian cities in Canada, and we are ranked number 3 in Canada for quality of life. We also, if you're interested in arts and culture and nature, the city of Ottawa is a really great place to discover the arts, enjoy different cultures from around the world, and we have so many parks for you to explore nature if that's what you're interested in as well. So let's talk a little bit about employment because employment is very important for you after you graduate and also while you're in school. So let's talk about some quick facts. In the city of Ottawa, we have more tech companies than Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary, and Waterloo. There are more engineers, scientists, and PhD students than in any other Canadian city. We are the second largest concentration of scientists and engineers in North America. So that also includes the US. And we are 44% bilingual rate. So if you're interested in learning more about our programs and our electives and our majors, students can actually study a major and a minor. You can do a double major, which means that you can specialize in 2 different programs and graduate with a double major, or you can choose one major and take a minor. Maybe it's your passion, maybe you want music, but these are the faculties that we offer. So the Faculty of Arts, Telfer School of Management, Faculty of Social Sciences, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Health Sciences, and Faculty of Engineering. Those of you that are very interested in business, just to let you know, the Telfer School of Management is one of the top 1% business schools in the world. And it is one of the only 2 business schools in Canada to be Triple Crown accredited. So it is an excellent business school. So if you're interested in the arts, we are sitting at 92% student satisfaction rate and 93% employment rate for our graduate students in the arts. So there are so many programs that you can choose from. In fact, we have over 400 program combinations, programs in humanities, languages, and fine arts, things like communication, journalism, political philosophy, history, and so much more, even public relations if you're interested in that. And Telfer School of Management, if you're interested in business, we are 94% employment rate. And we are one of the top 1% business schools in the world, as I mentioned, and you have over 100 Bachelor of Commerce exclusive scholarships. So that is scholarship exclusively for students studying in Telfer School of Management. This is in addition to some of the other scholarships that I'm going to talk to you about today. So you might be interested in accounting, business technology management, finance, healthcare analytics, human resource management, international management, and marketing. And their career opportunities are endless. Things like accountant, financial advisor, director of sales. So there's so many opportunities that you can explore. We also have a fast track. So if you're interested in also doing your master's degree with your bachelor's, you can do a dual fast track degree and you can choose any Bachelor of Commerce in Telfer, and you would graduate with a Master's of Science in Management as a combined program. So you finish your degree, your bachelor's degree, let's say in Human Resource Management, and then you're going to complete your Master's of Science in Management in 5 years. So you're going to complete all of this in 5 years. So there are so many opportunities like this at the University of Ottawa where you'd be able to do a dual degree, fast track degree. Social sciences, we have over 20 programs offering co-op. And if you don't know what a co-op is an opportunity for you to study and work and make some money while gaining excellent experience, building your resume, building your network, so that when you graduate, you already have a very strong resume with excellent real hands-on experience. Students that complete the co-op, and we'll talk about this a little later, but remember that a lot of the programs at the University of Ottawa actually have a co-op where you can study, work, and get paid for the work that you do. For social sciences, we're Canada's largest school of international development. So if you're interested in studying something like political science or international development, in addition to many, many other programs, economics is a very strong, and lots of students choose economics at the University of Ottawa. In fact, we have many options where you can combine it with other programs. Economics, public policy, environmental economics, international economics and development. You can take politics, human relations, and societies. Engineering is also very popular at the University of Ottawa. We have excellent state-of-the-art facilities for our students. So students are able to study in one of the largest research and technology hubs in Canada at the university. And we are one of the top 10 programs for engineering and technology in Canada. Students are actually working on over 500 projects created in one of our 7 prototyping facilities. So you might be wondering, well, what kind of engineering programs can I study? You can study biomedical, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer engineering, computer science, data science, electrical engineering. You can take a multidisciplinary design experiential engineering program, mechanical engineering, as well as software engineering. And every single one of these programs have a co-op. And so you are also studying, you're working, and you're making money. And just to give you a heads up, if you're completing a co-op at the University of Ottawa, you are making between 40 and 60,000 Canadian dollars within 16 months of your work experience through co-op. You can also do dual fast degrees as part of your engineering studies at the university. So, these are students that are working and completing their programs. And the next program is the Faculty of Science. So if you're interested in scholarships, we have 16 scholarships that are worth $11,500 specifically for the Faculty of Science. We are a 96% co-op placement rate, and last year we had over $54 million in research grants. Some of the programs, and there's so much more that you can take, things like biochemistry, biology, biomedical sciences, biopharmaceutical sciences, financial mathematics and economics, physics, and so many more options at the university. Health sciences is also one of our more popular faculties. We have a 96% employment rate for our nursing graduates. We are number 2 in Canada and 21 for sports-related sciences in the world. So if you're interested in studying sports-related sciences, the University of Ottawa is an excellent place to study that. And we're also number 3 for nursing in the province, and we are one of the top 100 in the world for nursing program. So you can study things like food sciences, health sciences, human kinetics, nursing, And if you're interested in studying nutrition and dietetics, then you can study that program available in French. And just like some of our other faculties, we also have dual fast track degree options for students. So our admission programs, generally speaking, if you are to the minimum requirement to apply, so we will accept the Turkish diploma. If you are studying an IB or you're completing your A levels, if you're completing your British curriculum, you're always welcome to reach out to me, and I'm happy to book an appointment and talk to you a little bit more about your admission requirements for the university. But generally speaking, you do need a minimum of 75% to apply to the university. And you also have to ensure that you have the prerequisite courses that you need to apply to specific programs. So, for example, if you're applying to engineering, your minimum application requirement would be about an 85% average. So, you want to make sure that you are keeping in line with an 85%. If you're applying, for example, to Faculty of Sciences, then you really need to make sure that you are applying with about a 90% average, depending on the program. So it really depends on the program and what the admission requirements will be. In the chat room, I'm actually going to put my email address, and you can reach out to me later on if you have any questions, and I will just send that through here so that you're able to get my email address. So I'm going to type my name here. This is my full name. Okay. So I'm going to just fast forward. If you are interested in graduate programs, what you can do here is for master's programs, we have a minimum average of 70% is a requirement calculated from your last 20 classes of your bachelor degree. If you're applying for a PhD, you need a master's, and you need to have a minimum average of 75% calculated from your final 10 classes of master's. There are other requirements that depend on the faculty. So if you're interested in a specific faculty, then you need to go to the faculty, let's say, of sciences, go on the Faculty of Sciences and read their admission requirements. What else is a requirement? And also you require a thesis supervisor. So everything is very clearly outlined on our programs if you're interested in master's programs. We do accept language tests such as TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, CALE for the University of Ottawa for admission requirements. And generally speaking, if you're applying to a bachelor degree, if you're taking IELTS, we do need a score of 6.5, but the writing also needs to be 6.5. And if you're taking your IELTS, your TOEFL and internet based, we need an overall score of 86 and a writing score of 22. If you're using Duolingo, then we definitely need an overall score of 120, and your literacy portion must also be 120. So please remember that you have an option. If you have any questions, you can ask right in the chat room, and I will be more than happy to answer. So let's talk about money, because money is very important. And then I'm going to tell you about our amazing scholarship that's up to $60,000. So if you're looking at your undergraduate programs, if you're studying in any of the arts programs, then they are all programs. This is Canadian dollars, 43,335. If you're studying in engineering, it's between $55,000 and $63,000. If you're studying in health sciences, nursing is 47,625, but all the other nursing programs are 43,000. And if you're studying in social sciences, it's 43,335. And all of our programs in Telfer are $53,184. So if you're looking at your living costs at the university, you can choose. We have 11 different dorms at the university. We have traditional rooms, we have suites, we have apartment style, and they range anywhere between 10,000 and about 17,000, sorry, 12,000 and $17,000. So that would be the average, and it includes 3 meals per day at our award-winning dining hall. So let's talk a little bit about our scholarships because our scholarships are so amazing. So the differential tuition fee, this is for students who are interested in studying French immersion. So for example, if you enter a program and you're interested in studying French immersion, so that means that you are taking part of your studies in English, and then part of your studies are in French. So if you're studying a Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Social Sciences, and Faculty of Health Sciences, per year, you're looking at per semester $12,500, and there are 2 terms per year. So this is quite a large scholarship for you. If you're looking at the Faculty of Engineering, you will receive $18,000 per term. So that's about $36,000 in scholarships. So it's quite significant. And if you want to ask specifically about your program and studying in French immersion, you're welcome to reach out to me directly. So what I want to do is quickly talk about co-op because co-op is very, very important. Co-op is actually where you're working while you're studying. So in your second year, you're actually going to be working in your field in what you're studying. So it's the 5th largest co-op program in Canada. And if you look at the bottom there, you can earn between $40,000 and $60,000 Canadian for 16 months of valuable work experience that is paid. We have over 4,500 employers here at the university that we work with. So you have great opportunities to experience, and they're all over the world. So you don't have to stay in Canada or Ottawa if you're interested in doing a co-op. You can actually, we have employers that are all around the world because we have a very strong relationships globally, and we also have alumni all over the world. You can also choose to complete your co-op in Canada. So we have lots of great locations such as Amazon. We even have government areas where you can actually complete your co-op. It just depends on what you're interested in. And if some of you know what Silicon Valley is, then you will be so interested to know that the second largest technology hub in North America is actually located in Ottawa, Canada. So we have a very large technology park. It's actually Canada's largest technology park where we have some incredible employers from around the world. We have over 400 students completing their co-op in Canada North. And we have over 4,800 U Ottawa alumni working in Canada North, and there are over 500 companies there right now. So you have great opportunities to complete your co-op at one of the top technology parks in North America. This is also an opportunity where you can make money while studying. So we also have a work study program where we take your school schedule into consideration. We have flexible schedule hours during your exam so that we make sure that you have plenty of time to study and to complete your exams. And there are great jobs on campus, such as a tour guide. You would be an ambassador on campus, research assistant. You can even be the U Ottawa mascot, which is that one in the middle, and he is a GG. So I want to talk to you about our other scholarships that are available to international students. Our residence is also, like I said earlier, it's 11 buildings. We have a award-winning dining hall. So many dietary options are available to students, and they are 3 meals per day for students that are living on campus. We are very sports and recreation oriented, so we have lots of opportunities for you to participate, whether in varsity sports or whether they're in intramural sports. So that's a lot of fun for students on campus to stay healthy and keep busy. If you could just give me one moment, I'd like to share my screen with the scholarships. And I'm also going to drop the link to the scholarships in the chat room so that you can actually have a look at them. If you could give me one moment, and I will be more than happy to share that. So when you're looking here at our screen, Zainab, I just want to make sure that you can see the scholarship page
Yes, we
here.
can see Russia.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for confirming. So this one here is our scholarships page, and it'll tell you all about the international scholarships that are available for you for those students studying in English. Earlier, I mentioned the scholarship for students interested in studying French part-time, but this page here is going to tell you about some of our amazing English scholarships. So this one is called the International English Admission Scholarship. So I'm just going to highlight it here for you. This scholarship is unlimited. So this means that all eligible students are considered for this award. It's an automatic scholarship, so you don't even have to apply. For example, the conditions are you need to have, so here's the eligibility criteria. You need to have over 80% admission average when you apply to the University of Ottawa. So this is not combined with the French Immersion Scholarship. And you can take any program, whether it's TELFR, whether it's sciences, and the value is $60,000 over the 4 years. So you will actually receive $15,000 every single year until you finish your bachelor degree, which is a huge scholarship. As an example, if you look at the tuition percentage, then you would take off $15,000 every year, and this is automatic. And it will be automatically renewed for you every year, so you don't have to worry about that. Another scholarship that you can get on top of this scholarship is called the International English Academic Excellence Scholarship. This scholarship you can combine with the $60,000 scholarship. The value is $10,000. So, what are the conditions for this amazing scholarship? You have to have a minimum of 90% average. You have to remember this scholarship is only available for international students who are paying international tuition fees. So if you're paying domestic fees, the scholarship isn't eligible for you. So, for example, if you have over 90% average, overall average when you apply to the university, you're actually eligible to receive this scholarship, which is $10,000, plus you're eligible to receive the International English Admission Scholarship for a total of $70,000. So if you're a very good student, this is a great scholarship for you. The $10,000 scholarship is only for 1 year, so you only receive it one time in your first year. And if you have questions about the scholarship, please feel free to ask in the chat room, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. So these are two scholarships that you could receive. One of them is over 80% overall average. The second one is $10,000 if you have over 90% average. So I hope that you are all excellent students, and I'm sure that you are. Please remember that if you apply early, you get your information in early. That means that you would know much earlier on about your scholarship opportunities at the university. Please also remember that these two scholarships are automatic, so you don't even have to apply to them. And remember, I said earlier that some of the other faculties have their own faculty scholarships. So you can also apply to faculty specific scholarships such as engineering, sciences, Telfer School of Management, Social Sciences. They all have their own individual scholarships that you can get in addition to this $60,000 scholarship. So, for example, I want to actually show you, let me drop this link here in the chat so you can have a look and you can look at those scholarships and feel free to email me. I'm always available to answer your questions about these scholarships. So, for example, what I would like to do is I'd like to share, if you give me one moment here, if I was to do a very quick calculation for you to have a look at, what it would look like in terms of finances. Like, how much am I going to pay if I receive this scholarship? So let's just do a little bit of quick math. I hope you're all very, very good in your math. And we can look at that. If you give me one moment, please. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them off. Zaina, please let me know if there's something that you might think is important for me to share, okay? Okay, so here is the presentation here, and let me just go into presentation mode so that I could show you what it would look like if you were to receive this really great scholarship. And many of our students from Turkey actually received this scholarship this year. Definitely, they were very happy. So let's have a quick look at this. So please have a look at this screen. So the tuition fees for international students, and those of you that are good in math, you might want to help me out a little bit here this morning. So let's have a look and say, okay, if I'm interested in studying in the arts, all the arts programs are 43,335,000. Let's round this up to 45,000. And remember that this is in Canadian currency. So if I was to receive the International English Scholarship, that is $15,000 per year. So from 45,000, you're going to go down 15,000. That means that your tuition will be about $30,000 Canadian per academic year. And so if you're looking at American, maybe you're looking at about $26,000 American. And so if you are interested, this is a top 1% university, some of the top programs in Canada. And so to study a program at about 26,000 US dollars a year is an amazing deal. So let's have a look, for example, at the Faculty of Engineering. So if you're studying, let's say, my apologies, if you're studying at $60,000 a year, that is, it's the average tuition for engineering, and we take off the scholarship. So you're looking at about $45,000 Canadian. So you're looking at about 40,000 US dollars per year for one of the top engineering programs in Canada. And so on. And so the $15,000 scholarship every single year makes a huge difference. And for those of you that are over 90%, you will get that additional $10,000. So overall, our scholarships are some of the top scholarships in Canada for this particular reason. So all you have to do is have over 80% average to receive the International English Scholarship. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Thank you for sharing the link, Zainab. I really appreciate that. For now, I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to give students an opportunity to ask any questions that they need. Please let me know if you have any questions. This is a great opportunity for you to talk to me and share your questions. The other thing that I want to do is maybe I'm going to show you this link here. This is our program prerequisites page. So if you're not sure um, whether or not you meet the admission requirements, you're welcome to check out these. Oh, I see that there is a Q&A here. Oh, my apologies. So what services are available for international students adjusting to Canada? We have wonderful services. Whether you're staying in the dorm, there's an entire activity schedule, whether this is taking walks, whether this is sports, varsity, intramural sports, whether on campus we have over 400 clubs for you to participate in. These could be clubs that are arts related, they could be sports related, they could be faculty sports clubs. We also have a lot of counseling opportunities for students that are available. So if you are ever needing any counseling, whether it's mental health, whether it is academic advising, especially academic advising, we have so many advisors and counselors available on campus. So I'm happy to share that. Said that. Thank you for asking such a great question. In all honesty, even during exam time, we have things like pet therapy, where we have pets that we bring on campus that are available for you to pet. There are just so many activities available that are there to support our international students in adjusting. We have an incredible orientation opportunity. We have student ambassadors. Right when you apply to the university and you are accepted and you accept your offer, you are actually paired with a mentor that is a student at the university, and they are basically like your friend, and they help prepare you and they tell you information about the university and attractions. And when you come on campus, your mentor is the person, one of the people that will be here to welcome you. We also have a meet and greet at the airport for international students. So we have a University of Ottawa booth that we will be there to welcome our students on campus. So lots of things happening for services available. Are there clubs? So Ramazan, thank you for that question. Are there clubs or communities for international students? Absolutely. In your first week, orientation week, there is a full schedule dedicated for you to explore the clubs and communities on campus, and you can register for any of these clubs. And if you're a Turkish student, we also have a very active Turkish Student Association on campus, and I would be more than happy to connect you with that club. They are super active, whether it's watching football games or whether they're going to enjoy, Turkish breakfast or having, evenings where they're celebrating different events. Are very, very active. So yes, there are clubs that are academic focused. There are clubs that are cultural focused. There are clubs that are hobby focused. So for example, if you play music or if you like knitting or crafting, there's just all different sorts, salsa clubs, just lots of different clubs available at the university, over 400. So thank you. And that's just to show you what an active campus that we are. It's never a boring day at the University of Ottawa. So what makes an application stand out? So Ursin has asked that question. That's a great question, Ursin. So basically what you need to make sure is, my best advice is apply early. So we open applications right early. This year we will open around end of September. So make sure that you get your application in. Make sure that you check your email constantly and your portal to answer any questions, or to ensure that we have the right documents if you're missing something. You also want to make sure that you meet the prerequisite requirements. So in the chat box, I've actually put in a link, and it's the prerequisites link. And over there, you can actually see your program, your curriculum, what you're studying now, and what courses we need for you to apply to the university. It is an amazing tool that you can use. Also, it's very important that you meet the minimum admission requirements in terms of percentage. So, like I said earlier, example, if you want to really stand out, you need to be how can I say, over 85% in engineering. I'm just using that as an example. But if you want to talk to me specifically about your application, I'm always available. I've provided my email address there, so you can email me and we can book an appointment to chat about your application or maybe even what you're interested in studying. So thank you so much for that question. It's a great question. Do you offer help with visas, study permits, or immigration advice? This is actually a really great question. Thank you for asking it. We offer a lot of sessions. We actually have a registered immigration consultants working at the University of Ottawa, and we host a various number of webinars so that they provide information about your study permits, how to apply for your study permits. We cannot physically help you apply to your visa or your study permit, but we certainly can guide you on some of the processes. Just a few days ago, we offered a wonderful session on immigration offered through our certified immigration consultant, and we will continue to do so. So if you want more information about that or links to join our next session, which will be held next month, please send me an email and I'll be more than happy to send you that link so you can join and learn about your study visa, your study permit and your visa, and our top recommendations and the documents that you need to apply. So that is such a great question. Thank you so much. So remember that we cannot physically apply for your visa for you, but we will guide you on the top do's and don'ts for applying for the visa, okay? So the next one here is, can you share a success story of a recent graduate? Thank you so much, Surin, for this question. It's actually a great one. Right now, the University of Ottawa, we're in the process of recording testimonials. So if you go on our website, you're going to find a series of testimonials from students that are graduates that will talk about their experience at the university, their co-op program where they worked and they gained experience and were able to find a job successfully. So again, there is a link on campus. I'm happy to provide that to you, but we have such a large alumni and international alumni. So certainly we have many success stories at the University of Ottawa. So what is the average cost of living in Ottawa for students? I would say it's about $2,000 Canadian dollars. So remember that if you're living on campus, you don't have to worry about your meals. So your meals are covered. There are 3 meals a day. And the dining hall, like I said earlier, is an award-winning dining hall with unlimited chocolate milk. So if you love chocolate milk, we have unlimited chocolate milk at the university, and very healthy food. So there's a pasta station, there is a fruit station, a dessert station, sandwich making station. There is always international options and very delicious, freshly made food every day. So the cost of living would include your dormitory. So when I say $2,000, that would, be within the range of your dorm, so your residence on campus. So we have 11 buildings to choose from. That would be the approximate cost of living. So that's also a really great question. And don't forget that you also, in your second year, you will begin your co-op should your program offer a co-op opportunity. So there's also extra money there. And of course, there's also the work on campus opportunities for you. Are the courses more theoretical or practical? How do internships or co-op opportunities work? This is such a great question. All of your questions are excellent, so I really appreciate them. So for example, let me see here. So what I would like to say is that our programs are an excellent mix of both theoretical and practical. And when I say that is, we do have one of the largest co-op programs in Ontario. We're the 5th largest in Ontario, second largest across Canada. So when you're looking at co-op, what you're learning in the classroom is still we have hands-on applied learning, but you're also really putting into practice through your co-op opportunities. So your co-op will begin. How do the internship or co-op work? This is a great question. We have an entire co-op a department that's dedicated to our students in helping them with finding their co-op opportunities, preparing their resume, so their CV, preparing their interview skills, and teaching them how to apply to co-op opportunities. Because maybe if you're an international student, you've never had a part-time job before, this might be your first experience. So we are here to help guide you and prepare you for applying to co-ops, and also successfully passing your interviews, because this is like finding a real job. The co-op begins in your second year. And it's one term. So, for example, every term is 4 months. So, when you're doing your co-op, you're not actually studying. So, it's either you're studying or you're working in your co-op. And the co-op is going to continue for 16 months. So, you're going to do 4 co-op terms. So, 4, 8, 12, 16 months altogether. And then as your co-op term comes through, you're going to get paid per co-op term. So another excellent question. I really appreciate that. What I like to say is the University of Ottawa is both theoretical and practical. You're definitely, by the time you graduate, you are going to be, you're going to have a lot of hands-on experience and a very strong resume that you can use to help you apply. And I think this is why a lot of our faculties have high employment rates. So that's very fortunate for you. The next question here is, what kind of support does the Career Center offer? Are there networking events for students? Oh my goodness, absolutely. We have excellent networking events. We have over 4,500 employers that work with the University of Ottawa to ensure that we give our students the best practical experiences possible. So, for example, all of the faculties have networking events. We also have employment fairs right on campus where different companies are coming and they're recruiting students, whether for internships, for co-op, or even to hire after they graduate. So we have massive employment fairs that take place on campus, and lots of networking events. And what's really great is that within your faculty, you're not just restricted to networking events in Ottawa. So you can go to networking events in Montreal, in Toronto, where you can meet different types of employers. So these are also great opportunities for you. So for the Career Center, I mentioned earlier what our, Career Center co-op areas do. They're really amazing because they really help you prepare for, the journey of finding employment, or the journey of finding the right co-op. So basically, you are preparing your resume. They're showing you what volunteer opportunities are available and how to apply for those opportunities, what paid jobs are available, and help you to teach you how to look for jobs. And I think this is very, very important because, students are very busy, and some of them, they've never looked for a job before, they've never worked before. And so our Career Center is there to offer those kinds of support services. We also have interview preparation. So where you can work with them to help prepare you for the interview. So they ask you questions, and you answer based on the question for the area that you're interested in working. And so the Career Center offers also workshops that you can participate in. So there's just so much. There's the Career Center at the University of Ottawa. You can in fact have a look at, they have their website, and you can read through the webinars and the workshops that are available for students, as well as the networking opportunities. So are there language support services for English and French? Thank you for that question, by the way, about the Career Center. The next question is support services for English or French. That is one of my favorite questions because we are the world's largest English-French university. And with that comes so many support services whether you want to improve your French or whether you want to improve your English, whether you're struggling in your writing skills or your reading skills. We have so many support services available for both languages. We are a bilingual university. So, like I mentioned earlier, both English and French, and excellent language support services. So whether you're struggling academically with your writing skills in English or French, we have excellent support services, tutoring services available on campus to help support you. We also have courses that you can take to improve your language skills in either language. I'll give you an example, like me, myself. I am working on improving my French because for many years I didn't practice my French. So I am bilingual, but I want to get a little bit more confident with speaking in French, just like I speak in English. So I've enrolled in a course at the university to help improve my French speaking skills. So, if even faculty or staff, just like students, sometimes need support services in language development. So, absolutely, yes, we have excellent support services for English and French. So, I couldn't see the link to the prerequisites. Could you share the link again? Absolutely. I'm more than happy to share that link with you. Zainab, would you mind resharing that link, please? Let me see if I can copy it. It's right here. So if you missed this link, it is the U Ottawa undergraduate. There you go. Zainab has just shared that with all of you. And this is a really great. Thank you so much for asking that question. So I guess other people must have missed that. So absolutely, do we have any more questions? No more questions. Wow, that's so wonderful. So, I am actually, if you give me 1 second. I'm going to actually show you this link. For those of you that are still with us and are interested to just have a look at that prerequisite, I'm going to show you how the link works. Zainab, do we have a little bit of time? Maybe 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, sorry to keep you guys, but this is the prerequisites page, and it's an excellent page for those of you in high school. So basically, we tell you everything you need to know. So let's have a look here, okay? Let's pretend I want to study. So you guys, if you're in Turkey right now, or you're outside of Canada, you're gonna select high school outside of Canada. And then you're going to go to the education system. I'm going to just go high school abroad, okay? If you're studying in IB, you can select IB. If you're studying in a French lycée, you can select that. You're studying in the US curriculum, you can select that. But for now, I'd like to put high school abroad. And let's pick a program. Maybe let's pick chemical engineering. So I'm going to select chemical engineering and I'm going to click here, view requirements. Perfect. So now I've selected all of this and it tells you everything you need to know. So I need to have my English. I need to have math, preferably calculus. I need chemistry and I need physics. And the minimum admission average to apply is on the right and it's 80%. Okay. And then I need to look at the deadline to apply. This is very important. So, for example, for September 2026, we're closed. Okay. So for application deadline, April 1st. So you can see that we are May 4th. So we close on April 1st. So next year, for example, if you want to apply for 2027, you want to always make sure that you apply a little early, okay? So maybe we try a different program. Maybe accounting. So let's look at accounting. What does accounting need? So for accounting, I need a minimum admission average of 80%. I need English and math. Those are the two prerequisites in your grade 12 that I need to make sure that I am successful when I'm applying to the university. So please keep this in mind, and then you can look at the deadline dates. And if you have a question, please feel free to ask me the question. Now is a great time. So you can just select here. You can look to see, any of the programs that you're interested in studying. For example, computer science is very, very popular at the university. And if you didn't know, the University of Ottawa has an IBM cybersecurity range, a state-of-the-art range. We're one of the only ones in Canada to have it, and we are very, very strong in artificial intelligence research and programming. So if you're interested in that, please check out computer science. So here's computer science, and please have a look over here. Over 90% minimum admission average. So you really want to push to have over 90% average when you're applying to the University of Ottawa Computer Sciences program. And this is a limited enrollment, so it will tell you there are a limited number of seats. My apologies. So for the computer science, you need mathematics. Again, we prefer calculus, and we need English as your prerequisites as two of your grade 12 courses. Okay. And also those of you that are French speaking and you're interested, and also over here, you can see the co-op. This tells you if the program has a co-op. So this program, computer science, has a co-op. So in your second year, you'll be working in your co-op and earning additional income as part of your programming. Okay. All right.
Yes, thank you very much for the great presentation, Rasha.
It's my pleasure. I'm so happy to have an opportunity to speak to your students and your participants. And they asked some excellent questions today. I really appreciate the questions. That means that they enjoyed the presentation and that they're interested. And again, Zainab, and to all of our students that are listening, if you have questions, feel free to send me an email. I'm always happy to answer your questions. I can also book a meeting with you guys as well.
Yes, thank you very much. We had a lot of questions. You covered them all. Thank you for your answers as well. And also I would like the participants in Turkish too. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Umarız sizin için de faydalı bir webinar olmuştur. University of Ottawa ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için chat kısmında paylaşılmış olan mail adresinden Raşa ile her zaman iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Bir sonraki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Rasha. It was a pleasure to have you in our IEFT Talks.
Teşekkürler. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, IEFT. I appreciate this. Thank you.